All right, Mister. Hey, you're not wearing a hat.
No hat.
No hat. No hat Thursday. Or when you're watching this, no hat Thursday, June 13th or whatever. Right? Yeah. Okay, Mr. Arthur. Do you think kids are going to ask us? Do you think we're going to have kids trying to finish all this in June? You think they're going to be trying to finish this podcast in June?
There's a good chance.
Solid chance. Solid chance. All right, Mr. Arthur. I, you know, I think we had a great week.
We did. Had a really good week.
Really good week. Very. It really wasn't as long as some of the weeks we've had.
No.
Because me and you, Mr. Arthur, we've had we've had weeks of, by the time we get to Thursday, we've had 4 ball games at church.
Yeah.
And that's a little too much. A great time to be had by all of it. This one, we ended up just going to one game.
I don't remember what was Monday.
Monday, I had to go to Office Depot.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think you went to bed about 7 that night.
Yeah, that's why I don't remember Monday.
Yeah.
Got 11 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You did that a couple of times this week, didn't you? Or close to it?
Don't tell people that.
I won't tell you. Like, it's because you went to bed at 5, woke up at 4, right? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Good. All right, Mr. Arthur. So good week. I think for Ag 1, 2, 3, well, really Ag 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
We started our shop projects this week.
Yeah.
Ag 1, we had a really good week of just getting our drills in, sometimes kind of literally, and we have a safety test that got pushed because of a track meet.
Yeah. We made the best out of that, though.
Yeah, I think it was a good day. Ag 1 is at that fun time where no day is lost because they have so much that they can do.
Yeah.
And so we can always find and adapt Ag 1's curriculum pretty easy.
Bless their hearts, they're always stuck with it. When we have stuff to do, they're the ones that get the book work they've adapted really well to that, handle that really well.
Yeah.
We had to leave them one day this week to go to Natchitoches.
Yeah.
For adult field trip, pick up a copy machine.
Yep.
But
yeah. So Mr. Arthur, we talking about projects and all. It was one day we did miss a little time to. Can we shout out him?
Yeah.
Mr. Glenn Austin was very gracious with us and thought about us and donated one of their copy machines that is fully functioning, fully operational, but NRCS just they had upgraded, and so thankful for that. That when we're looking at it, it has 50,000 copies left on that cycle and all. I think that's pretty fun. And
when he told us a copy machine, I was expecting something, like the tabletop copier things.
Something like about Walmart.
Yeah. A big machine, but
right.
This is a full-size floor machine.
It's a full size. It's about taller than me, Mr. Arthur.
Yeah,
it's big.
It's a chunk.
Yeah. So that was Wednesday. Yeah. Monday, Tuesday we had forestry practice. Yeah. Wednesday we had that. Thursday ended up not having any practice because we had a softball game to get to, Mr. Arthur.
We did. We got there in a hurry.
That was we picked up my wife, put gas in the truck, and got there in about 20 minutes.
25 minutes.
Yeah. So, Mr. Arthur, tell us a little bit about projects in Ag 1. Or not Ag 1, Ag 2.
I decided to do something a little different than we've done in the past with Ag 2 this year because our classes are a little smaller in the spring and let them kind of pick what they want to do. Yep. These projects are not all as extravagant as some people probably did in Ag 2 with Mr. Vines, but I decided to let them do things they needed at their home and multiple projects if they were small. Yep. And so we've got things from floating shelves to nightstands of all shapes and sizes to bookshelves to I forgot the one I was going to talk about. Long week. What What was it? What did I say?
The letter.
Oh, the letter. Madison Green is building a 4.5 foot tall plant planter box in the shape of an M, so like a monogram box,
Right.
and it is going pretty well. We've had to cut out some angles, and I've been working with her on the miter saw, cutting those angles out, and we got pretty close to Jesus the other day, cutting those out because it just never ended up just right.
Right.
We finally got them all done, and so I think these are going to be projects that students will really get to use at home. It's not something that's going to sit in a corner,
Right.
Which I'm excited about. They can actually use and take pride in.
Yeah, I'm really thankful. I gave Ag 3-4 the ability to build kind of double the amount of wood that you had given Ag 2. So several of them are seniors graduating. Kind of last hurrah. Here's do what you want to do.
Right.
Whatever you felt like you could do, and Ag wood shop kind of thing. And we had a set, kind of like you said, several smaller projects. And for those, I'm getting them to either build a couple of them or ones for here. There was, I think, in addition to our tailgates in the fall, we're going to have checkers, Mr. Arthur.
Oh yeah.
And I'm having a young man work on a red and white checkerboard.
That's awesome.
And things like that I thought were interesting and cool, and a lot of them don't take a lot of materials. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. We have, we're on these extended blocks right now, and so we've talked about this all week. A lot of progress has been made really quick. They went through cut lists very like in a day and a half. Most people's cut lists were done. I'm not the biggest fan of when we got our lumber, we kind of couldn't get 1x12s.
Right.
And so a lot of our students had projects, that needed 1x12s. And for that, I hate it because we had to manufacture 1x12s out of 1x6s and or split 1x6s and 8s and all that. But I think me and Emily Mixon are yesterday we had a time trying to get those boards glued right, and but boy, she was at it today, and she was able to make progress on that, so I'm really excited about that. I really like how simple, like Brenda's making the quilt rack. I think that's very simple, very easy, but it's something that, like, I made Bethany a quilt rack at the house, and it's something that almost every corner of somebody's house could have something like a quilt rack, and you can paint it to match any style, and it's a very it can fit many uses. And
I thought of and I haven't seen all of the Ag 3-4 projects, but one of the ones that I did see was Connor Johnston's hat shelf, which I think is very practical. The guy likes hats. It's going to hold like 9-12 hats. I think that's so cool. Because he's going off to college and he'll be able to hang that in his dorm room,
Yeah. And it's something that, it's out of 1x, so it's not too heavy.
Right.
And he's, treating it up, and his mom's buying the hooks for it. And so I'm really excited to see how that comes out. And that's how, all these projects are. They're very simple. And like for Jack's project, Jack, was he didn't know what he wanted to do. And I was like, Jack, I think this would be cool. And he looked at it and he's like, okay, I guess. And today he was really at it, he's building the crawfish table, the square crawfish table that just sits on a trash can. And he was adding paper towel holders and, cup holders and the whole thing. I think it's going to be, you treat that up, and it's going to be really nice.
We have friends all over South Louisiana, and their ag departments are doing those. So I think it's kind of a trend now. So hot item. So
right.
I think that's awesome.
I didn't get, Mr. Arthur, a lot of the plans. Me and Jack looked for about 5-10 minutes on Google, just looking at crawfish table designs and all. I told him he needed that lip on the outside.
Right.
You don't want to lose your crawfish when you pour them in. A lot of them had a rim on the inside. And I get the practicalness of when I pour it in, they don't slide off in the trash
Right.
can. But
Well, I had seen, and I don't remember what school it was that was doing them,
uh-huh,
and the lip on the outside was taller than the lip on the inside,
uh-huh,
and they epoxied,
yeah,
and so there was just a little bit
yeah,
on, and a taller lip on the outside. I
right.
don't know if that's kind of what you saw or if it was the same
Well,
size lip.
I saw like inch lips, but I
Can't
don't.
get your holes in there if you got a lip.
No, I don't want to pull that head up again.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be eating and have to,
Play
play
basketball.
basketball the whole time. I don't
Yeah.
know. I thought that was kind of odd.
Yeah, it is.
But for his, it's just rim on the outside, nothing on the
I
inside.
saw cup holders today. I saw paper towel holders. He's got the deluxe suite there.
Hey man, I really, and it's really practical because the way he has it set up, you're gonna be sitting on the corners.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna have this whole.
Yeah.
I like how he has it going. Um, but Mr. Arthur, I'm really really pleased. We David's building a shoe rack,
I saw that, like
shoe
a
rack,
big one.
big rack.
Yeah.
I think it's 4 foot tall,
Yeah.
4.5 maybe, and we got. I showed him how to use a joiner today.
Yeah.
And I think that was today. I honestly can't remember, Mr. Arthur. That might have been yesterday.
I didn't hear a joiner going today.
That was yesterday. Okay. And so that was a good time.
Yeah.
And he got really acquainted with that thing. He had to run it through several times. But with these finer projects, these more meticulous projects, it's a lot of finish work. It's a lot of meticulous work.
And at the end of the day, it's we hope they can use that in their homes for years.
Yep. Yep.
Show people this is what I did in
Right.
wood shop and ag. So.
I've always seen kids like make duck blind tables
Yeah.
and things like that, but those things don't really last.
Right.
So really excited about projects, Mr. Arthur. I know I'm missing several of them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mr. Arthur, what is my neighbor JC Mixon? What is she making?
JC did something pretty neat, or is doing something pretty neat. She's building living room tables.
Okay.
And so she wants to build a set for her mom and her dad's house. She's
Okay.
going to have 4 tables. And they're not real big, but they're going to
Yeah.
look identical.
Okay.
So kind of neat. She's working on, but it's a pretty meticulous project.
Yeah.
A lot of small pieces.
Right.
So she may be doing it a couple of weeks, but we're going to
Oh,
get them
yeah,
done.
I like that.
We're gonna get them done.
That's almost like, I was a big National Treasure fan, and I think it's in the second one, the desk.
Yeah.
Is that the second one?
Mhm.
And the matching desk
Yeah.
and different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same vibe.
It's neat.
Yeah, I like that.
She wants something at both houses. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Mr. Arthur, you have anything else about projects?
So just keep up the good work.
Yeah.
I know that today was a little hectic with Mr. Riley and I doing a lot of stuff, but we're going to hit it really hard on Monday.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll have another shipment of lumber in Monday.
Mhm.
That way, if you were missing something for your project, we can get that done.
Right.
You've got a couple more weeks to spend on woodworking projects. So
Yeah. And Mr. Arthur, I'd be remiss if I didn't say the hard work that horticulture did this week.
oh man, a lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work. We have a couple of hard weeks of work left.
Yeah.
But anybody driving by the ag department has seen us removing some old shrubbery and adding new. That spring color next year is just it's gonna be beautiful. But I think, Mr. Arthur, that I'm excited to see it when we add the mulch.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get started on that project we got in the hallway.
Yeah.
With that class. So horticulture's doing big things.
If you drive by the ag department right now, it's a bit of a mess with the rain.
Yeah.
The rain has really hindered us a lot, especially that horticulture class from finishing. But like I said, once we get the mulch and stuff in, it's going to look really, really good.
Yeah, completely agree. And then, Mr. Arthur, forestry team competed this week.
Sure did on Wednesday.
Hopefully, we find out results today. Friday, and if they said Friday, if not Monday.
Right.
So we'll find out by then. They did pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the hard work that they put in. It's hard training for something like forestry when you're stuck in a cinder block building.
For sure.
As beautiful as our cinder block building is, it's a struggle that we couldn't be out in the woods tromping.
Yeah. So,
Is tromping a word?
Tromping's a word.
Tromping's a word.
Forestry competed, and then next week we have our district LDE contest, where several of our students will compete.
Several.
And then Friday we have a dairy cattle evaluation.
Yep.
On top of Forest Festival.
Forest Festival.
On Friday and Saturday. And then the following week, Monday, is our area LDEs, where all of our LDE students will compete. And then that Friday is livestock. And then we get to take a deep breath and prep for state convention.
And banquet.
And banquet. Oh, yeah.
So, Mr. Arthur, what I'm hearing is that it's a very jam-packed.
The next 2 weeks are real.
They're real. They're real. I can touch them. If anybody would like to know more about that, are we gonna have that?
We're gonna have that calendar posted, hopefully tomorrow or today, for you guys, and I'll try to send that with the email.
Yeah.
I just had to clarify some dates.
Right. We had to, and a couple of softball playoffs might change a couple of things, but
everything's tentative.
Everything's tentative. Life is tentative, Mr.
Arthur.
I think that's my quote for the night. Life is tentative. So the only thing I want to add about that is go to Forest Festival.
Please.
The Louisiana Forestry Festival. Go there.
I grew up at the West Louisiana Forest Festival. This is the real deal. It's the whole state. I think it's going to be a good time, though.
Yes.
And a lot of events happening on 4-H events happening Friday with cookery contest and tractor driving, and then on Saturday they'll have a 5K to start the morning off, and then some forest
themed
skills.
Events. Yeah.
Of course. Be a good time.
Can I throw an axe at the Forest Festival? Is that a thing?
It is a thing. I don't know if Dottie's doing it. It's a thing.
And I'm most curious to see the match split. Are we gonna do that?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna do
That's
that.
a good time.
Yeah, that confuses me.
You've never seen it?
No.
Take a block of wood,
You
drill a hole, stick a match in it. You line your match up, split it. You try to literally split the match.
Yeah.
If it lights, you get extra points.
All right. Can we practice that?
Oh yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Arthur, Karis came through again.
Oh yeah. Candy time.
Mr. Arthur, I don't think you knew this. Sour Patch Kids are my favorite. My absolute favorite. My Sour Patch memories go back to going to the movies with my mom.
Yeah.
And I would eat, whatever size Sour Patch Kids they had.
Yeah.
And my tongue would be raw. And it'd be raw for a couple of days. And
I'm not sure if it's the sour flavor or how gritty they are. My tongue's always raw.
yeah.
Maybe it's a combo of it.
Yeah, the next thing that I knew about this is my national team at Lakeview. It was our tradition that we would have candy at practice. I would set out a bowl and I'd put candy in it as we practiced and studied.
Yeah.
That was pre-COVID, Mr. Arthur.
Oh yeah.
And so our favorite was big Sour Patch Kids. Have you ever had those? Those are something special. But Karis, at our candy store, Mr. Arthur, she found Sour Patch watermelon. And as much Sour Patch Kids as I've had, I've never had the watermelon.
They're shaped like watermelon?
They're shaped like watermelon. There's a little bit of pink and green in it.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But Mr. Arthur, this one is mostly pink. It smells like Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, it does.
You ready? That's really good, Mr. Arthur.
I'm sitting outside in July, big piece of watermelon.
I'm gonna say something sacrilegious. This is better than a slice of watermelon.
No, it's not, but it's good.
It is. It is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, last week we took a Bahama vacation. This week, taking it back to some bean pears, watermelon, summertime, wiping off the sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, my birthday's in July, so I'm loving this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Arthur, as we are chewing on something that cannot be good for me.
No, nothing that consistency should be eaten.
This is something that, like, if you left this out on the counter for 100 years, it would look the same.
And you could break a window with it.
Yeah. But right now, delicious.
Delicious.
All right, Mr. Arthur, you got anything else?
Hasta la vista.
Baby.